Today, the angels come to them with a powerful and transformative message, a message that will open their eyes to something that may have been in front of them all along, but for some reason, went unnoticed. What is blocking the love they desire so much? What is preventing that long-awaited connection from materializing, blossoming, and bringing the happiness they truly deserve? Take a deep breath, because this truth might be revealing. It could be something that has been lingering in their thoughts, a doubt silently wandering their heart. But now is the time to bring to light what the angels want them to know. Love, in its purest form, is waiting for them, but there are invisible barriers that need to be dismantled. Perhaps they have wondered, why doesn't love flow the way I expect? What's wrong with me, or with the person who occupies my thoughts? But the angels want them to know that there is nothing wrong with them. The answers they seek are not in the flaws they think they have, but in the circumstances and energies around them that need to be understood and worked on. The first step to unblocking this love is to recognize that fear is one of the most powerful forces that can build walls around the heart. Often, the fear of the unknown, the fear of getting hurt, or even the fear of losing control causes us to distance ourselves from love, even without realizing it. And this could be happening to them or to the person they love. The angels are here to tell them that fear should no longer control their actions or emotions. They ask them to look deep into their own heart, without judgment, and see if fear is preventing them from fully opening up to love. Furthermore, that person so special to you might also be facing their own internal battles. Maybe they are carrying burdens from the past, experiences that made them believe that love is something that brings pain and suffering. And as much as they wish, with all their heart, to be by your side, something deeper prevents them from fully surrendering. The angels are asking you for patience, compassion, and above all, understanding. Understanding that true love can be built gradually, with trust, with dedication, but without haste. And that the barriers that person is facing can be undone with time, with your light, and with the power of the love that unites you both. But there's more. Sometimes, these barriers are not just emotional or mental. There is a spiritual energy involved in every loving connection, and often, this energy may be misaligned. The angels are telling you that there is a divine timing for everything, and that sometimes things do not happen when we expect them to because there are lessons that need to be learned first. You and that person may be going through a period of learning and growth, where both need to develop internal aspects before they are ready for the love they both desire. The angels whisper that the path to unlocking this barrier is not just in passive waiting, but in spiritual and emotional actions that you can take now. They ask you to focus on healing your own emotional wounds, on releasing any resentment or pain that may be holding you back in the past. Only when your heart is free from old burdens, you'll be able to open up to this new love that the universe is trying to bring into your life. And of course, this person also needs to do their own inner work. The angels want you to know that, even if they seem distant or confused, they are also being guided by higher forces. Just like you, they are called to face their own fears and limitations, and the angels are by their side, helping them to see the light within themselves. The journey to unlock love is not a task you need to do alone. The angels are here to guide each of your steps, to give you the strength to move forward, even when everything seems difficult. They ask you to trust in this process, to have faith in divine timing, because the love destined for you cannot be stopped forever. You are on the right path, and the angels are saying that what is blocking your love now is temporary. This blockage will be removed when you, with courage and love, face the fears surrounding your heart and when the person you love does the same. Remember, true love is built with patience, dedication, and faith. And the angels are working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that the love you desire, and that you deserve, reaches you at the right time, the time when both will be ready to fully live it. Now that you understand the importance of identifying the obstacles in the way of love, the angels want to guide you through a deeper process of liberation. Imagine that each repressed emotion, each fear, each doubt acts as a barrier that builds an invisible wall between you and the love you desire. These barriers are often the result of past experiences, unhealed wounds, or even frustrated expectations. The angels want you to start asking yourself, what are the beliefs I carry about love? They may have learned unconsciously throughout life to believe that love is difficult, that love brings suffering, or that it is necessary to protect oneself from getting hurt. These patterns of thinking, when held in the unconscious, shape how you open up or close off to love. The angels are asking you to look within, with sincerity and without fear, to recognize these beliefs and with their help, start dismantling each one. Love, to be full, needs space to flow, and this space is created when you remove internal blockages. Therefore, the angels encourage you to practice forgiveness, not only forgiveness towards others, but also forgiveness towards yourself. There are mistakes you may be blaming yourself for, choices you regret, and these silent guilt acts as chains, keeping you tied to the past. Forgiveness is the key that releases the soul and allows it to expand, preparing to receive love in a healthy and true way. The angels also whisper that that special person, whom you so desire to have in your life, is going through a similar process. Often, what blocks love between you is not a lack of feeling, but the fears and uncertainties that arise when two deeply connected souls meet. This connection can awaken, in both you and that person, insecurities that were once dormant. It's as if this connection is a mirror, revealing the parts of you that still need healing, and that can be scary. The angels are here to remind you that this healing process does not need to be rushed. They ask you to respect the timing, both yours and that of the other person. Each of you is on an individual journey, and this journey is important so that when love finally blooms, it will be stronger, deeper, and able to overcome any challenge. The blockage, therefore, is not only external, it is not just in the circumstances or choices of the other person, but within each one, in the fear of not being enough, in the fear of getting hurt, in the fear of not being loved in return. The angels also ask you to trust in the power of the energies that are in motion now. There is an invisible current that connects you to that person, an energy that transcends physical and emotional barriers. Even though at times that person may seem distant, the angels want you to know that they are feeling this connection. Just like you, they are also being guided to recognize what is truly in the way of love between you. There is something much greater happening, something beyond what the eyes can see. The angels ask you not to lose hope. They are helping you to keep the faith, even when things seem confusing or when that person distances themselves. They reveal that this distancing could actually be part of the healing process. Often, before we fully surrender to love, we need some time alone, time to understand our own feelings and face our fears. This does not mean that the love between you is lost, quite the opposite. The angels see this moment as a preparation, a necessary adjustment so that when love manifests, it comes in a stronger and more enduring way. This person, who stirs your heart so much, is also going through a great transformation. The angels show that, although they may seem distant or uncertain, inside they are battling their own demons. There are feelings they still can't fully express, and the angels ask you to be patient. They need time to understand what they feel, to allow themselves to lower their defenses and open up to true love. At this moment, the angels are working intensely to dissolve the barriers that exist between you. They are softening fears, bringing light to the shadows each of you carries, and creating the perfect environment for this love to flourish. But they ask you to keep doing your part. Keep working on your own healing. Keep clearing your heart of any pain or resentment from the past. The more you release, the more space you create for this love to manifest. Remember, you are not alone in this process. The angels are by your side, guiding every step, every decision. And they are also by this person's side, helping them find clarity amidst their confusion. Trust that your time will come, and when it does, it will be much more beautiful and profound than you imagine. This is the time to trust the process, to believe that everything you are going through now is preparing the ground for a love that will be true and lasting. The blockages that exist, whether emotional, spiritual, or energetic, are being removed little by little. And love, in its purest form, is approaching you. The angels now want you to see love in a new way. Love is not just a feeling, but a powerful force that transforms, heals, and uplifts. However, it can only flow freely when both hearts are open and ready to receive it. Often, we close ourselves off to love without realizing it. Whether out of fear of reliving old pains or doubts about the future, we end up building walls around us. These walls not only block love from entering, but also distance us from ourselves, causing us to forget how deserving we are of receiving this feeling in its fullness. Today, the angels want you to know that you are worthy of all the love you desire. They whisper that there is something very special about you, something that the person you love so much also recognizes, even if they have not expressed it yet. The angels show that, for love to manifest in your life, you need to first be willing to love yourself deeply. It's an essential step that we sometimes overlook. When we look within and recognize our self-worth, we begin to attract people and situations that reflect this self-love. Therefore, the angels ask you to start cultivating a loving relationship with yourself. Give yourself the love you hope to receive. Treat yourself with kindness, with respect, and with patience. The love you seek begins within you. Furthermore, the angels want you to look at your relationship with this person from a higher perspective. Often, We are so focused on the desire for something to happen quickly that we forget the value of divine timing. There are things this person is facing internally, silent struggles that you may not see but are there. They are being challenged to grow, to overcome deep fears that have arisen precisely because of the intensity of the connection they share with you. The intensity of the love that exists between them is something the angels want them to recognize. It's this depth that often scares them. They may be afraid of not living up to the love you offer, or not being able to meet your expectations. The angels reveal that often they try to pull away because they feel they're not ready to deal with such emotional responsibility. But they ask you to know that this distancing doesn't mean a lack of love. In fact, this distancing can be an opportunity for growth, both for you and for them. The angels are asking you to see beyond the surface, to understand that each moment of distancing is a chance for healing. It's a time that allows both of you to prepare, emotionally and spiritually, for a more mature and conscious love. This journey doesn't have to be solitary. The angels are here to help you, offering signs, intuitions, and moments of clarity about what's really going on. When you feel doubt, when fear seems to take over, remember that the angels are by your side. They ask you to trust what is being revealed now. This person, even with their hesitations, is being guided by the same angels, receiving the same subtle touches as you. The same divine forces that are working in your heart are also acting in theirs. The angels also want to remind you of one important thing: true love cannot be forced. It needs time to blossom. There's a delicate balance between desire and surrender. The more you try to control or predict how love should happen, the more resistance you create. But when you let go, trust, and allow the universe to take the reins, love finds its natural way to you. What the angels want you to understand today is that the answers you seek are already within you. Sometimes we get so focused on the actions of others, what they are doing, thinking, or feeling, that we forget to take care of what is going on within us. The angels ask you to turn inward, to ask yourself what you truly desire, what fears you still carry, and how you can free yourself from these constraints. The truth is that blocks in love often come from within. It may be that that person is going through a healing process, but so are you. Both are being prepared for something greater, something that requires maturity, compassion, and above all, patience. The angels tell you that the love you desire is not impossible, but it requires you to surrender to the process, without trying to rush it or shape it according to your expectations. What is blocking love at this moment is the fear of getting hurt, the fear of not being enough, the fear of repeating past mistakes. But the angels are here to guide you on this healing journey, showing you that love is a risk worth taking. They ask you to remember that you are loved, that you are guided, and that in due time, everything will align as it should be. The person who occupies your heart is also facing their fears, and the angels are helping them see beyond the barriers they have raised. They are bringing clarity to their heart, dissolving the clouds of doubt and insecurity. And you, in the meantime, are being called to keep the faith. Faith in the process, faith in love, and faith in yourself. The angels ask you to continue to open yourself to love, even when it might seem difficult at times. They want you to know that, despite the challenges, true love always finds a way to manifest itself. And they are guiding you so that you can experience this love in all its fullness. The path of love is not always easy, but with the guidance of angels, they are on the right track. Keep trusting, keep healing, and keep believing that the love you desire is closer than you imagine. Now we come to the moment when the angels reveal that all the preparation and inner work that they and this person are doing is part of a larger, divinely orchestrated process. The challenges, the ups and downs, the moments of doubt and distance are actually disguised opportunities for spiritual and emotional growth. Everything they are experiencing now is necessary for the love they desire to manifest in its purest and truest form. The angels ask you to remember that divine timing is different from ours. Often, we want things to happen immediately, but true love needs time to mature. It's like a seed that, when planted, needs to be watered, cared for, and nurtured before it finally blossoms. Love, when the time is right, will bloom in their life in a way that will exceed all expectations. They also want you to know that what is blocking love is not permanent. Energies are shifting, barriers are being gently broken down, and light is entering both your heart and the heart of that person. The healing process is underway. However, it is important that they maintain faith and focus on what they can control: their own growth, their own healing, and their own ability to love. The angels reveal that this special person also feels this transformation. Even if they cannot verbalize what is happening, there is a deep recognition that something is changing within them. They may not be ready to admit it openly, but the angels want you to know that their heart is opening. Every interaction, every gesture, every word you share is contributing to the dismantling of these invisible barriers. The journey you are on is not easy, but it is beautiful and full of meaning. The angels are asking you to look at each obstacle not as a definitive blockage, but as an essential part of the path that will lead to the love you seek. They encourage you to keep believing, even when everything seems challenging. Remember that the greatest loves are forged in trials, and yours is no exception. One of the most important messages the angels bring today is that you are not alone. They are with you every step of the way, guiding you, protecting you, and strengthening you. When fear or doubt tries to take over, they ask you to turn to them, ask for their guidance, and trust that the path you are on is the right one. Even if this special person is still struggling with their own fears, the angels assure you that an awakening is happening within them. The angels also whisper that part of the blockage may lie in unspoken expectations. Perhaps you have idealized this person or the relationship in a way that is now hindering the natural flow of love. They ask you to be kind to yourself and to this person, allowing things to happen in the time and manner they are meant to happen. Free yourself from the need for control, free yourself from rigid expectations, and let love take its course. This is a moment of surrender, and the angels are asking you to trust that the universe is working in their favor. Sometimes things need to fall apart before they can rebuild in a stronger, more lasting way. True love requires patience, faith, and a willingness to face challenges with an open heart. And they want you to know that you are on the right path. They ask you to keep connecting with their inner self, listening to their intuition, and following the signs they send you. The love you seek is approaching, but you need to be ready to receive it. This is the time to keep nurturing love within yourself, to keep working on your own healing, and to trust that the universe is aligning everything for your greater good. The angels also want you to know that when this love finally manifests fully, it will be extraordinary. The waiting time, the challenges, and the doubts you have faced will not be in vain. All of this is preparing you to experience a deeper, more real love that will bring about a positive transformation not only for you but also for that person who holds your heart. In the end, the angels remind you that true love is not something you seek outside yourself. It begins within your own being, in your relationship with yourself, in your ability to forgive yourself, to love yourself, and to fully accept yourself. The more you allow yourself to live this truth, the more you pave the way for love to enter and flourish in your life. The angels are by your side, and they remind you that every step, every challenge, and every victory along this journey is part of a larger plan. They are removing the blocks, healing the wounds, and preparing the ground for love, in its purest and most powerful form, to manifest in your life. Trust the process. Trust the angels. Trust in love. They are on their way, and when they arrive, it will be more beautiful and transformative than you could ever imagine.